Tonight, a moment that has moved the world. What happens when a little girl looks into the eyes of one of Africa's boldest leaders and asks a question that touches faith, humanity, and leadership? In Burkina Faso, President Ibrahim Traoré was faced with such a moment, and his answer about Jesus was not just words. It was a message to humanity, a land fighting for sovereignty, dignity, and freedom. Its young leader, Ibrahim Traoré, has become a symbol of defiance against foreign domination and a voice for African self-determination. But in a hall filled with students, cameras, and citizens, one soft voice cut through politics and power. A young girl raised her hand and asked, "Mr. President, what do you think about Jesus?" For a moment, the room fell silent. This was not about policy, not about war, not about economics. This was about faith, about morality, about the very soul of leadership. Traoré's speech, reconstructed in news style. Traoré began slowly, carefully. He said, Jesus was more than a prophet, more than a figure in books. He was a man who stood for justice, truth, and sacrifice. He was a leader who had no weapons, no army, no palace. He continued, whether you are Christian, Muslim, or of any faith, you cannot deny the power of his message. He stood with the poor, defended the weak, and spoke truth to power. That is the essence of leadership. That is the essence of humanity. This was not a theological debate. It was a reminder. Traoré's words carried a weight beyond religion, an appeal to the universal values that Jesus represented: justice, compassion, and courage. Analysts say this was one of the most remarkable public moments of Traoré's young presidency. In a world where leaders often hide behind politics, here was a man linking leadership with faith and morality. True leaders, he said, are measured not by the power they hold, but by the sacrifices they make. Jesus gave everything without asking anything in return. If our leaders today learned even a fragment of that lesson, the world would be different. The room erupted in applause. But for many watching around the world, this was more than applause. It was a call to conscience. Why did these words matter so much? Because Burkina Faso is a nation in struggle, facing attacks, sanctions, and foreign pressure. Yet its leader spoke not of hate, not of revenge, but of morality and humanity. Because in a time when many leaders divide nations with religion, here was a Muslim leader honoring Jesus, not as a divider, but as a symbol of justice for all humanity. And in that moment, a little girl's question became the spark for a global conversation. What do our leaders believe in? What values do they serve? And who are they truly following? Wealth and power, or justice and truth? He ended with words that still echo. Jesus showed us that true strength is not in conquering others, but in serving them. That lesson belongs not to one religion, but to all of humanity.